Hello, I'm Peter Towers, Managing Director of ESS BIZTOOLS and ESS Bassett. Welcome to Accountant's Minute. Chief Financial Officer services are a highly desirable product for accountants to be offering to small medium enterprises. Accounting Market Pulse, a magazine produced for the Commonwealth Bank in December 2015, identified that the two significant growth areas for accountants and advisors between the 1st of January 2016 and the 30th of June 2017 would be business advisory services and management consulting. This type of services centres on a virtual Chief Financial Officer service as being the key component within business advisory services and management consulting. There's been numerous surveys over the last 15 years that have all identified that small medium enterprise clients, and in fact thousands of these people have been interviewed as part of these surveys, have all identified that small medium enterprises are seeking a wider range of professional services from someone. And the challenge to accountants is, if you don't provide these services, ultimately your clients, your small medium enterprise clients, will go to someone else. And think about the consequences of that. Last week we gave you a presentation on an analysis we had done on the benchmarking.com.au review of accountancy businesses in Australia in 2016. And that analysis indicated that according to benchmarking.com, the average accountancy business in Australia generated 77.1% of its clients in the fee category of under $3,000. In fact, the average fee in that category was $1,245. Don't you think that these clients, the 77.1% of the average accountancy businesses in Australia, are vulnerable to the changes that are being made by the Australian Taxation Office? Or do you want to wait to the bitter end when your number of clients are dwindling in the wage earner and salary earner category? The opportunity is there for you now to offer a wider range of services to your clients. That opportunity might not exist in 2 or 3 years' time, but it definitely is there now. So now is the time to get started. Don't procrastinate. Don't put it off any longer. Look what's happening to other industries like video stores, travel agencies, and I predict accountancy businesses that have concentrated on the wage earner, salary earner market, which obviously the average accountancy business in Australia, as per the benchmarking.com.au survey, is doing. What we did was analysed the advertisements for a Chief Financial Officer over about a 6-month period and identified the key attributes, and then went through them and decided which of those attributes could be performed by an accountancy business undertaking a Chief Financial Officer service for small medium enterprises. The first function was the financial function, leading, planning, directing various aspects of the business's commercial operations. Cost reviews. The next area was commercial functions, things like information technology. Now, you might not necessarily be an expert in information technology, but you would then make sure that you've found someone, hired them in on a contract basis to sort out your client's problem, exactly like you would if you were the full-time CFO in that business. Human resources. Again, you do not have to be the expert, but someone needs to project manage these activities for your clients. Risk management, Looking at issues like the Personal Property Securities Register. Should your client be proactively registering their customers and anyone that they've got a dealing with on stock on consignment or storage of stock or hiring out of plant and equipment type questions? Insurance, cash flow management, a huge issue. Work in progress items, debtors, analysing debtors' days outstanding, suggesting to your clients changes in their debtors' procedure so that the debtors' days outstanding can be lowered. Stock reviews, looking at the stock turn rates being achieved throughout the business. Clients' relationship with their bank. And what about government grants? This is money given by the government. Normally around 50%, but in some cases as high as 75% of the costs involved. All you have to do is be proactive in advising your clients of the grants that are available for them. And a significant amount of grant work is work that you as a proactive accountancy business offering a range of services beyond compliance can perform. Things like business plans, budgets, cash flows, debtors reviews are the type of activities that get funded by some of these government grants. Business performance and growth, helping your client develop strategies for the better in performance in their business and also for shareholder value. And in that area you might use the characteristics of a well-run business to really emphasise to your client strategies that they can undertake. Focus on key financial data, a very important part of the Chief Financial Officer service. But what's happening at present? Who's analysing key performance indicators, benchmarking your client against their peers in that same industry? Company secretarial. I was a Chief Financial Officer, Company Secretary in a listed public company some years ago. I can assure you that these are the sort of activities that I had to worry about. Taxation didn't figure very high. That's the first time I've mentioned the word taxation in this little discussion with you. It's not the priority in businesses. So why are accountants giving it this superficial priority? It does not help your clients make money. It does not help your clients add value. Preparing agendas for directors' meetings, monitoring that the reports are submitted, preparing the action plan after the directors' meeting. Make sure that things happen. That's your role, to help your clients add value to their businesses. And one of the other very important functions is to assist the management team. Make sure they understand these financial accounts. That they're not something that they get and they throw in the bottom drawer, or worse still, they throw in the waste paper basket or in the shredding bin. They need to understand what the information is conveying. So if they don't understand it, I believe it's part of your responsibility to ensure that you adequately coach them in understanding the financial reports so that they can then use those reports to implement better business practices, improve performance and adding value to their business. And one of the big areas that I found in my career in a listed public company is what I call the what if questions. I reckon I got 3 or 4 of those a day on some days. What if we did this? Could we export to this country? What are the exchange rates likely to be? If we change the configuration, what would the cost be? What would we have to sell the product at? Do you get those questions from your client? Do you believe that your clients don't have those sort of questions? Nothing could be further from the truth. They have questions coming across their desks all day. But who do they get the financial input from? Unless you are telling them that you are offering a virtual CFO service and they can telephone you or send you a text message or send you an email throughout the day, and that you will immediately respond just as you would if you were employed as the CFO. That's what a virtual CFO service is, and obviously you're going to cost it accordingly. And what about investment readiness? Many of your clients are going to be looking at whether it would be in their best interest to raise some capital. So we've got traditional capital raisings under Section 708 of the Corporations Code. We've had early stage innovation company legal requirements in place since the 1st of July 2016. And in a couple of weeks' time, I am very confident that the Senate is going to pass the crowdfunding equity raising legislation. So there will be 3 outstanding opportunities for you to assist clients who would like to raise capital. The government believes there's going to be thousands of these companies. And they're all going to require business plans, budgets, cash flow forecasts, information memorandum. Many of them will want to appoint an auditor. And many of them will want to invite someone with accounting knowledge and skills from a CFO point of view to be on their board of directors. So why not you? We are running 2 special webinars over the next couple of weeks. On Wednesday the 16th of July at 11:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, we have a webinar on understanding fee slippage and identifying the opportunities. And I referred to a bit of this fee slippage earlier in this conversation with you today. It's a very important task. Don't miss that webinar. And then on Wednesday the 29th of March at 11:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 12:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time, we have a special webinar related to cash flow management, improving debtors' days outstanding. And we have a key presenter in Damien Arena, the Managing Director of IODM. IODM have developed a fantastic data management system that will utilise SMS messages to advise customers of a client that their debt is due for payment in a few days' time, and then goes into automatic SMS messages that the client has had input into what they're going to say and when they're going to be sent if that customer does not pay on the agreed payment date. Now this process has dramatically reduced debtors' days outstanding for businesses that are utilising it. So why not have a look at this webinar and then proceed with an arrangement with IODM, who we have an arrangement with. So if you come via us, we can get you a very good deal for you and your clients. And at the same time, of course, we'd be suggesting that you review your client's debtors management system and also produce for them a customised debtors systems manual. Accountants, the ball is in your court. I honestly believe that you need to do something about what is happening in the marketplace at present. This is the time for you to be creating an outstanding business future for your accountancy business. If you don't, there will be some suffering. We believe at ESS BizTools we can assist you to avoid most of that suffering. We look forward to hearing from you and talking to you in the webinars. If you have any questions, please send me an email, peter@essbiztools.com.au, and you can register for the webinars by going on to www.essbiztools.com.au. And we have a special article for you which you can apply for, which we will send to you free of charge, looking at our predictions of what is going to happen in the accountancy profession in the next 12 months. Have a great day. Goodbye.